Okay. Alright. Yes, good evening sa mga nag-chat. Thank you, thank you. Good evening. And of course, good evening to everyone. Oo. Okay. Sige. While we're waiting, we'll start na lang the review of last meeting's discussion. So we looked into oops. Okay. We looked into the revised rules on administrative cases in the civil service. Okay. So section rule 10, section 50. So it talked about administrative offenses, including grave, less grave, and light offenses. So the following, it said, are the grave offenses and is punishable by dismissal from the service, which includes serious dishonesty, gross neglect of duty, grave misconduct, being notoriously undesirable, conviction of crime involving moral turpitude, falsification of public documents, physical or mental disorder, or disability due to immoral or vicious habits. Okay? So, siguro naman yung physical disorder, hindi naman, and mental disorder, hindi naman siya, talaga, grave offense, pero it may merit dismissal from the service. Pero at least, may GSIS naman. 'Di ba? Yung nasa civil service. Okay. Uh, okay. So the following grave offenses are punishable by a maximum of 1 year suspension for first offense or dismissal from service on the second offense, which includes less serious dishonesty, oppression, disgraceful and immoral conduct, inefficiency and incompetence in the performance of official duties, habitual absenteeism, and habitual tardiness. Alright. Next, loafing from duty during regular office hours, refusal to perform official duty, gross insubordination, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, and directly or indirectly having financial and material interest in any transaction requiring the approval of one's office. Okay. So, basically ano 'to, may sense to of bribery, 'no? Kasi financial or material interest na kailangan mong i-approve, right? Right. Owning, controlling, managing, or accepting employment as officer, employee, consultant, counsel, broker, agent, trustee, or nominee in any private enterprise, regulated, supervised, or licensed by one's office, by which a person will gain or lose something. Okay. So, ito yung conflict of interest. Okay. Next, last grave. Last grave, suspension of 1 year. For first offense, also dismissal on the second offense, which includes simple neglect of duty, simple misconduct. Light. Light offenses, reprimand for first offense, suspension on the second offense up to 30 days, and dismissal from service on the third offense. So this includes simple discourtesy in the course of official duties and improper or unauthorized solicitation of contributions from subordinate employees. So yung pag-solicit sa subordinates, that's also a light offense. So mitigating aggravating circumstance. So mitigating meaning it might help you from your case or aggravating it would be against you. So this includes physical illness, malice, time and place of offense, taking undue advantage of official position, undue disclosure of confidential information, use of government property in the commission of offense, habituality, offense is committed during office hours and within the premises of the office or building, and employment of fraudulent means to commit or conceal the offense. Other mitigating or aggravating circumstances, if it's a first offense, education, perhaps the education, your length of service, and other analogous circumstances. Right. Penalty for multiple offenses, if you are guilty of two or more, the most serious offense shall be the one that you will be punished for. So, pag two or more counts of the same offense, maximum, regardless of presence of any mitigating circumstance. Meaning, you've done it twice or more. Two different offenses, most serious offense. For other offenses, aggravating circumstances. Depends on the aggravating circumstances. Two of the same offense, maximum penalty regardless of mitigating circumstances. All right. Found positive at first instance. This is about the random drug test. Right. Mandatory rehabilitation. Refusal. If you refuse, it's grave misconduct. Positive disciplinary or administrative proceedings with a penalty of dismissal. Okay. Okay. Then, all right. So we also introduced the RESA law, RA 9646. So this is the law that regulates the practice of real estate service in the Philippines. So Section 35 is our focus, which is the Code of Ethics and Responsibilities for Real Estate Service Practitioners. So as it is, take note na agad, Section 35 of RA 9646, Code of Ethics. Kasi ultimo yung section na yan na lumalabas sa exam. Kunyari, which section? Which section of the Republic Act 9646 contains the Code of Ethics? Tapos ano pa yan? Letter A, Section 33. Letter B, Section 34. Letter C, Section 35. Letter D, Section 36. Ganon. Dikit-dikit pa yon. Hindi parang Section 1, tapos Section 8, Section 35, Section 39. Ganon. Hindi. Ganon pa sila magpa-exam. So pag hindi mo alam, mahirap manghula. So take note na in your head, Section 35, Code of Ethics. Ay. So, ano dito yung, does anyone remember, ano yung pinanote ko rin dito?
Yung adapt and promulgate po.
Okay, sino ang mag-a-adapt and promulgate?
The board po, the PRB-RES.
PRB-RES. Sino ang, ano yung role ng IPO?
Right.
To, that's
Issue.
yun. Describe and issue, yan. Ano talaga yan? Board question yan. Board question yan. So, take note. Don't forget and don't be confused. Adopt and promulgate, PRB-RES. Prescribe and issue, IPO. IPO. Okay. What's IPO, anyone?
Accredited and integrated professional organization.
Okay. Ultimo 'yan, board question 'yan. Iibahin nila yung ano, yung wording, instead na accredited and integral professional organization, gano'n. Accredited and international, gano'n. Pati 'yan, board question 'yan. So, IPO. Okay. Alright. So, sa RESA, sa RESA, uh, you can be, um, your license can be revoked or suspended, alright, including your certificate of registration and your professional ID card, okay, may be revoked or suspended due to unprofessional or unethical conduct. Yan. So that's why we have this whole course, whole subject, sorry, whole actually course naman talaga siya sa college. Tawag lang natin sa Pinas subject, no? Pero it's a course on ethics. Yung BSREM, yung degree program. Yan. Okay. So, if it is revoked or suspended, okay, you may reapply for reinstatement after 2 years from the date of revocation and compliance with the required CPE or CPD units and for reasons deemed proper and sufficient. Yan, PRBRES na magde-decide yan. Ano yung proper and sufficient. Okay. Violation. Violation including ethical violation. Yan. Ano daw? Anong penalty? If you are licensed 100,000, not less, not less than 100,000, and imprisonment of not less than 2 years, okay, at the discretion of the court. Ayan. Inopen yung transcript, meaning I need to speak in English. Okay. Sige. Uh, so, any question here? What's the penalty for unlicensed practitioners?
Double po.
Double. All right. So, meaning, if the person is unlicensed, not less than
200,000.
and imprisonment of not less than
4 years.
4
4
years po.
years. That's it. Yan. Okay. But remember, not less, yung wording na not less. Hindi yan maximum. Kasi there are laws that says a maximum of. Pero not less than 100,000. Okay. Alright, ito na. Hindi pa. Hindi pa pala ito yun. Ano lang 'to, akala ko ito na yung ethics. Yung code of ethics, not yet. So this is just the, revised rules, and regulation in administrative investigations. Yeah. We discussed this about, so it says it includes code of ethics. Right. So, during the investigation, there should be a presence of a board member, at least one member. Then else. Okay. Under Section 2 of the rule shall neither suspend nor bar the proceedings of the case. The commission or the board shall independently proceed with investigation, shall run its without awaiting the final decision of the court. Okay. So what it simply means is to suspend your ID and your certificate of registration. They don't have to wait for the decision of the court. The commission and the board can act independently. Okay. If the person is an indigent, okay, indigenous persons, identified indigenous persons, exempt from payment of docket and other lawful fees. Okay. So meaning, remember, I told you how much is it to file a complaint on a PRC professional?
240.
245.
245.
What if the complainant is an indigenous person?
It's free.
Free?
Exempted.
Oh, oh, di ba? Yung 245 naging free pa. Kasi indigent yung nag-complain sa'yo. Alright. Okay. Um, Case of contempt, if you misbehave or disrespect the commission or the board members or the hearing officer with the RTC, so you may be charged with contempt according to the rules of court. Yan. So iba-iba naman yung ano, yung punishment ng contempt. Sa ano na yan, sa yung judge usually ang nagde-decide. Alright. Okay. This just says that this the jurisdiction shall vest the commission or board with jurisdiction over the person or of the respondent, even if he subsequently leaves the Philippines, or even if he fails to appear in the case. Okay, so as there is jurisdiction even if the person leaves the Philippines. Alright. Venue, all action brought under Section 2 of Rule 1 shall be commenced and heard at the central office of the commission. PRC yan. Central office of PRC. Okay. Okay. So kung if you don't, it just rule Section 2 is just saying um what's this? Even if you don't have a lawyer, they will provide a lawyer. Okay. So who may file? It just says any person or a duly authorized representative who may file a complaint. Okay. Okay. So preliminary investigation. Okay. Okay. So it'll be under the PRC Modernization Act of 2000 or RA 8981. Includes Code of Ethics cases according to the Code of Ethics. Motu proprio against the chairperson or members. So you may also file a complaint against the chairpersons or members. Summons, so we talked about this. Paano daw kung di mahanap? Well, basically hanapin ka naman talaga. And usually the person complaining knows where you're from, where you are. Okay. If you default, the case will still prosper. The case will still prosper. Wait lang, may ano. And what is what's this? What did we talk about here? Within 10 days from the conclusion of the expert representation, the case shall be deemed submitted for decision after hearing officer has issued an order on the formal offer of exhibits. Okay. Right. So if you don't, even if you don't appear, the case will prosper. You have 15 days to file a counter affidavit. Right. Okay. Reprimand, revocation, and suspension. Once suspended, so it suspends your certificate of registration, your professional license, and professional identification card. Okay. So, when this is a member of the board is found guilty, so it will even recommend to the office of the president for the suspension or removal of the member of the board. Okay, so it's just saying that even the PRBRS members and chair is not safe against complaints and code of ethics violation. Okay, so there's a complaint, there's a trial, then the conciliation decision is with the PRBRS. Then you may appeal the decision with the PRC, and after the PRC, you can have another appeal with the Court of Appeals. Yun na. Okay. So, ano lang to? Very short red tape authority or amending RA na 9485. Okay. So, anti-red tape is RA 11032. 11032. The name of the law is the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018. Okay. So, with the Red Tape Act, okay. With the Red Tape Act, supposedly, if it's a simple task, they need to deliver whatever it is that you're applying for within 3 working days. 3 working days. If it's a complex task, within 7 working days. If it's a highly technical task, within 20 working days. After this, after 3 days or 7 days or 20 working days, it is now with automatic approval pag lumagpas. Okay, so what's the consequence of having this? Meaning, you only have to wait for anything you applied for. You only have to wait, and if they don't have a reply, it is automatically approved. Okay. So this includes unified business application form, business one-stop shops in the cities, barangay clearances and permits now issued by the city or municipality. There should be no contact in any manner with any requesting party concerning an application request except during submission of documents. And with the law, it creates the anti-red tape authority. Okay. Ayan. Ito na yung Code of Ethics talaga. Ito yung newest. Ito yung 2019. Okay. Okay. So it's yung Code of Ethics, wala yan doon sa RA 9646. Hiwalay to. So yung Code of Ethics, tandaan nyo na rin, Resolution number 39 of 2019. Okay. Bihira naman itanong yan, pero pwede. Kasi even sa exam ko, may lumabas na resolutions at hindi ko alam. So, hindi mo naman talaga alam lahat. Kaya nga, kahit yung top 1 nga sabi ko sa inyo, ano lang, 88 lang minsan eh. 87, 88. So, in my case, may resolution. Hindi ito eh, ibang resolution. Hindi ko alam yung sagot. So, there. Yeah, remember na, Code of Ethics, Resolution 39. Okay. So, it's just saying na, in accordance to RA 9646, this is the prescribed Code of Ethics and Responsibilities for real estate service practitioners. Okay. So what is the scope and coverage of the Code of Ethics? Okay. So all professions under the real estate service is under this Code of Ethics, which includes real estate consultants, real estate appraisers, real estate assessors, real estate brokers, and real estate sales persons. Okay. So, meaning, remember, ang assessor is just an appraiser who works for the government. Okay? So, even yung appraiser na nasa government is under the Code of ethics of RA 9646. And so, once again, as mentioned earlier, violations under this code of ethics is also a violation of RA 9646. Ayan. So, mag-a-apply yung not more than 100,000 and not more than 2 years. Okay. So, what are the general provisions and declaration of principles? Right. Section 1, simply upholding the Constitution and all the laws of the Republic of the Philippines. Section 2, that the practitioner shall exercise the profession with utmost integrity, fidelity, responsibility, sincerity, respect, and courtesy. Okay. From here, tandaan nyo to. Utmost integrity, fidelity, responsibility, sincerity, respect, and courtesy. Bakit? Napakasimple, di ba? Na, di ba? Exercise the profession with these virtues. Sa board exam, iibahin pa yan. What are, what are the, how should a real estate service practitioner exercise the profession? A, ayan, utmost integrity, honesty, responsibility, sincerity, respect, and courtesy. B, utmost integrity, fidelity, responsibility, kindness, respect, and courtesy. Ganon. So, what's this? Take note of the exact wordings. Hindi ibig sabihin na maganda, it sounds nice, it sounds good, na tama rin yun. Hindi. Exact wording. So, ito siya. Utmost integrity, fidelity, responsibility, sincerity, respect, and courtesy. Right? Alright. So, the practitioner shall comply with policies, rules, and regulations promulgated by the board and the commission. So, board, PRBRES, commission, PRC. Right. Practitioner shall uphold the generally accepted local and international technical and ethical standards related to the practice of the profession. Oh. Meron pang international technical, di ba? So hindi lang local, pati international technical. Bakit? Bakit may international technical? Kasi meron tayong appraisers. Kasama yung appraiser sa practice. And ang appraiser, even including the Philippine valuation standards, is patterned with the international valuation standards. Alright. So, kaya siya ganyan. Kaya ganyan yung wording. Accepted local and international technical and ethical standards. Kasi kung broker, wala naman tayong sinusunod na international protocols. Although I'm sure ginaya lang din mostly sa US. Pero at least meron ng identified na local lang, di ba? But in terms of appraisal, we are following the international valuation standards. Okay. Section 5. Practitioner shall promote the values of camaraderie, unity, solidarity, and synergy in his or her professional relationship. Ayan na naman. Ganyan, yan, ganyan din. Ganyan din. Yung wordings na ganyan. Values of camaraderie, unity, solidarity, and synergy. Minsan babaguhin lang nila yung synergy, babaguhin yung solidarity. One word and yun na. Iba na yung question. Yan. Okay. Alright. Ito yung pinaka-important for the boards, itong part na to. Everything that I discussed earlier, mga 25% lang yun. Yan. Pero from here, ito yung 75%. Yan. So, Ano daw yung responsibilities of a real estate service practitioner to the government? Eh, sige, this time magtatawag na tayo. Letter A lang, letter A, Vanjali, di makutak. Just read.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yes,
Okay
sir.
lang. Read lang.
Okay po. A. The practitioner shall always set a good example as a responsible, law-abiding citizen.
Alright. Diba? So, medyo ano naman siya, self-explanatory that we need to set a good example. So, not just be a responsible law-abiding citizen, but be a good example. Alright. Else. Lou Anthony? Sim?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Letter B.
Letter B. The practitioner shall secure all necessary licenses, permits, and authority as may be required by law, ordinance, or rules and regulations.
Okay. So, to practice all necessary licenses, permits, and authority as required by law or ordinance or rules and regulations. All right. So, to practice, yan, all the permits, licenses, and authority. All right. Next, let's have Sunshine Ramos.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Letter C, the practitioner shall pay correct taxes and fees required by law. They shall not encourage, tolerate, or participate directly or indirectly in the evasion of or illegal reduction of any payment that is due to the government.
Okay. Yan yung actually sa tatlong yan yung pinaka mabigat. Why? Can anyone give a classic example among real estate service practitioners on how this happens? How how do real estate practitioners encourage, tolerate, or participate in the reduction of payment? Miss Bernadine Pasqua.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, Miss.
Apo. Yung mga undeclared sales, sir, nangyayari po kasi.
Okay. Hindi dinedeclare yung sale. So, pag hindi na-declare yung sale, anong mangyayari?
Wala rin income tax.
Walang
Return.
tax. Oo, walang tax. Yeah, that's one. Diba? Any more? So, on that part, yung correct taxes hindi na nabayaran. Ano pa?
Undervaluation.
Undervaluation. Paano nangyayari yan, sir?
Para makabawas sa bilang sa CGT at DSC, sir.
Okay. So, meaning, yeah, iba yung, yung pina-file na deed of sale. Ganun ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Miss Bernadine, you have additional?
Yes, same lang. Yun lang po.
Okay. Okay.
Sale.
Undervaluation of the sale. Tsaka yung kanina sabi mo nga, not reporting. Okay, si Sir Richard, colorum, yeah. Well, lalo naman yung colorum, wala talaga. Hello, meron kasing mga colorum, in fairness may colorum na nagbabayad ng tax. Pero, yun nga lang, walang licenses, walang permits and authority. Pero yeah. Meron pa. Yes, Miss Bernadine. You have more? Or meron? Sir Richard? Nag-ano lang kayo. Nag-raise lang ng hand.
No, sir, may I, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I mentioned colorum, sir, because I have a relative who's running a business of real estate.
Okay.
But it's just using the license of other brokers.
Naku. Oh, that's ano, in that case, even yung broker ano yun, liable kung alam niya. Pero
Yes,
well,
sir.
pero
Yes, sir.
oo, yeah, okay. Si Miss Jorilyn, pagbayad ng CGT and docu less the declared amount. Yeah, so yun nga, under declaration actually, under declaration of value or tawag nung iba is under valuation. Yeah. So isipin mo, alam na alam ng ng PRBRES yan na nangyayari yan. So that's why it's stated directly na they shall not encourage, tolerate, or participate directly or indirectly. Okay. Narinig ko na yung sarili ko. Okay. Right. So, what's this? Yeah. So, yeah. So, yan. To the government. Yan na siya. Kasi yung iba na. Alright. Any question here sa section 1? Okay, ganito yan itatanong sa boards. Magbibigay yan ng ng line kunyari. The practitioner is asked to secure all necessary licenses, permits, and authority as may be required by law, ordinance, or rules and regulations. This is the practitioner's responsibility to A. Government, B. General public, C. Client, or D. Fellow practitioners. Ganon. Yan. So, ganun yung ano niyan. Yung exam, yung formatting yan. So, tandaan nyo na lang, siguro, as early as now, para you don't have to keep going back to this. Sa government, law-abiding citizen, licenses, permits, and authority, and correct taxes and fees. And yung illegal reduction of payment. Yun na yung to the government. So kahit paikot-ikutin nila, alam mo na ito yung to the government. Yan. Okay. Next, to the general public. General public. Letter A. Sino? Miss Chini Babak. Read for us. Wala. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Ayan po.
Letter
Sorry.
A lang.
The practitioner shall contribute to the promotion of the common good by engaging in social responsibilities, activities, and initiatives.
Initiative. All right. Thank you. So, according here, as a real estate service professional, okay, you need to contribute to the promotion of the common good. How? Okay, by engaging in social responsibility activities and initiatives. Okay. Hindi pa nga to masyadong they implement, pero ang tawag that's but they are asking professionals to be involved in activities and initiatives that promotes the common good. Okay. Pero it happens naman when you are with organizations, like for example, PAREB, PARA, and ano isa? REBAP, etc. Marami pa naman. and they have charity works. So yeah, that happens naman. Pero individually, wala pang requirement na parang for you to renew, you have to show proof. Wala pa naman. But at least it happens one way or another. Okay. Letter B, read for us. Ay, may nagtaas ng hand. Sina? Miss Jennifer? Sige.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Letter B. The practitioner shall cooperate with the government and the IPO in protecting the public against fraud, misrepresentation, and unethical practices of licensed, unlicensed, and unauthorized individuals or parties that adversely affect the integrity of the profession.
All right. Okay. So, as a professional daw, you cooperate with the government and the IPO. Okay. Against who? Unethical practices of licensed, unlicensed, and unauthorized individuals. Okay. So, according sa Code of Ethics, according sa Code of Ethics, we are, it is our responsibility to what? To cooperate with the government and the IPO, okay, against fraud, misrepresentation, and unethical practices of anyone, basically. Right. Yung question, copy of the slides. Later on, I promise I'll give everything. May not be on a PowerPoint format, but a document with everything you need. Okay. Okay. I won't hindi ko kayo I won't leave you hanging. Wow. Basta once we part, meron kayong reviewers for all the subjects that we are taking. Uh, uh, all right. Okay. Letter C. Sir Michael, sige.
Yes, letter C. The practitioner shall enhance his or her competency, proficiency, and expertise in the practice by keeping abreast of the latest trends and developments in the field of real estate service through the involvement in continuing professional development activities.
Okay, thank you, sir. So ito, ano na to? Part na to ng requirement. Saying you enhance yourself, you become better in the field through CPD, continuing professional development activities. So when you renew your license, you have to have a proof of CPD units. So kaya nga sabi ko, but yung letter A, wala, hindi pa siya requirement. Walang proof of promotion of the common good. Pero yung enhancement of yourself may proof. Okay. Letter D. Okay, Miss Charisma.
Letter D. The practitioner shall participate in the proactive development of real estate service by imparting knowledge, technical training, experiences, studies, or research, except those that are deemed classified or confidential, which may only be disclosed upon the consent of the parties concerned or lawful order of competent authorities.
Okay. Okay, so it's just saying na it is what's this? Now we need to participate in what? Imparting knowledge, technical training experiences, in studies or in research. And eto rin, wala rin tong burden of proof. Walang hinihingi na how to prove that when you renew your license. Pero it's saying that it's part of our responsibility. to impart knowledge, to be part of training or studies or research. Pero at least yung training, kasama na siya sa CPD. Ayan. So siguro yun na lang yung ano nun, inisip nila. Pero hindi naman lahat nagre-research. Hindi naman lahat gumagawa ng study. At di lahat nagtuturo. Di ba? So, yun. Okay. Oh, so in this case, general public. So, tandaan nyo lang, dito, so it's promotion of common good. Pero ano iniiba yung wordings minsan. So, kunyari ito, naka-paraphrase to. So, sasabihin niya, ang tanong pa rin niya ganun. So, is this to responsibility to general public, to the government, to fellow practitioner? So, minsan hindi yan exact wording. Pero dapat alam mo yung spirit of the phrase, of the sentence. Tapos, cooperate with IPO and the government against fraud, misrepresentation, and unethical practices of any individual. And tapos, keep yourself competent and proficient and your expertise. And letter D, participate in imparting knowledge, technical training experiences, studies, and research. And so that's your responsibility to the general public. Okay. So, once again, Section 1 to the government, Section 2 to the general public. Right. Next, to the client. To the client. 848 na rin naman. Actually, maikli lang talaga yung tawag doon, yung Code of Ethics. So maubusan ako ng lesson. So, pero I'm thinking towards the end, ano na tayo mag-practice exams. Yung matitirang weeks, practice exams na ng Code of Ethics, which is of course part of the boards. So, 848, I'm thinking ito, Section 3, Section 4, Section 5. Next meeting na siguro. Okay. Para ma-extend ng konti yung lessons natin. Okay? All right.